So without further ado, let's call up on stage the teams which will take part in the six teams who will take part in the fourth semi-final. At Team A, representing Nirma University Institute of Commerce, Ahmedabad, Krish Thakkar and Ayush Savdani. Team B, Lok Jagrati Kendra University, Ahmedabad, Sonal Dubey and Hari Om. Team B. Team C, representing Banastali Vidyapith, Nevai Tong, Silvi and Anvesha Parikh. To their left, at Team D, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, VIT Pune, Krishna Kiran Heda and Varun Amol Sangvi. At Team D. Team E, representing Sardar Vallabhbhai Global University from Ahmedabad again, Jyoth Thakkar and Alap Rawal. And last but certainly not the least, at Team F, Atlas Skill Tech University, Mumbai, Pranjal Grover and Manav Jivrajani. Give them a round of applause. And let us go quickly into semi-final number 4. Let's show all of you the rules, but before that, all of you are settled in, comfortable? Great. You know the rules already. The same rules which apply to the first 3 semi-finals will be in place for the 6 teams here as well. But we will show you the rules one final time for the formality. Here it comes. 5 rounds, 42 questions, each round's rules explained in detail before the round begins, and the scores to be announced at the end of each round. They will flash on screen for all of you to see. All the 6 teams try and make use of the 4 screens in front of you, not the tabletops, because we had a little bit of trouble with them. Hopefully by tomorrow for the PG teams, we'll get them in order. Focus on these 4. They should be enough for the next 42 questions. We will ask audience questions as well, beginning from the second round onwards, depending on how much time we have in hand to finish. We are at 3:41. I would ideally like to finish this by about 4:15, 4:20, depending on how fast the teams answer. We will, of course, take the top 2 winners from here directly into the national finals. And if you are somewhere in 3rd or 4th position, please keep trying, because if your score is high enough to be score number 9 or 10, you will still qualify into the national finals by virtue of being teams 9th and teams 10, right? If there is a tie at the end of all of this, we have your proctored round scores to go by. We have the difficulty level of the proctored round questions to take into factor. We also have the time that you took to answer the proctored round that we will take into consideration. The team which answered questions faster will have preference if it comes to a tie. But all of that later. For now, let's take all of you into the first round, which is multiple choice questions. These are your rules. 12 questions, no passing, not even to the audience. We will, of course, give you 20 seconds of thinking time within which you have to answer. I'll give you a prompt of about 5 or 3 seconds if you haven't answered. Try and give me an answer which gives me the complete answer without just saying the alphabet as well. Right? Audience, please pipe down for the next 40-42 minutes and we should be good. If all the teams are ready, +10 is what you get if you get it right. No negatives if you get it wrong. So please take some guess even if you don't know. Team 1, these are your options. The first question is this. Which of these was the first Indian company to cross 20 trillion rupees in market cap? And these are your options. Was it Infosys? Was it TCS? Was it HDFC Bank? Or was it Reliance Industries? Team A.
Option D, Reliance Industries.
Because we are in Gujarat, safe answer? No. Correct, 10 points to you. Reliance, it is 20 trillion market cap rupees, of course, in 2022, way before any of these 3 came anywhere close. 10 points to Team A. The next question will be to Team B. In CPM insurance, what does the letter C stand for? Is it compensation? Is it contractors? Is it consequential? Or is it construction? Team B.
Option A, compensation.
Option A, compensation. It actually stands for contractors, plant and machinery. So B would have been the right guess. But no worries, you will get another question in the second cycle of the MCQs. Ladies, Banastali Vidyapith, your question. Question number 3. What type of mutual fund follows a constant ratio between equity and debt? Is it a dynamic asset allocation fund? Is it a thematic fund? Is it an arbitrage fund? Or is it a balanced fund? Team C. Last 3 seconds.
Balanced fund.
Because if it's a constant ratio, then the two sides need to be balanced. 10 points to Team C. Good answering. And as I mentioned earlier, hopefully semifinals 3 and 4 would make up for the fact that the first two semifinals were dominated by gentlemen on stage. This is the largest representation of ladies that we have in today's semifinals. So let's give them, all 4 of them, a round of applause. We have an all ladies team and we have a girl in Team F as well as Team B. Very, very nice. I hope to see at least one, if not more of you in the national finals. But for now, Team D, your question. Which risk metric reflects the fund's sensitivity to general market movements and not company specific factors? By the way, did you give the 10 points to Team C? Thanks. And these are your options, Team D. Is it alpha? Is it beta? Is it Sharpe ratio or is it the expense ratio? Team D.
We will go with B, beta.
Because it is B beta. All right, you're right. 10 points to you. B beta it is. It quantifies the volatility of a fund which is relative to the overall market index. 10 points to Team D for delta. And because they answered beta, right? Sometimes it gets confusing. Team E, your question number 5. According to the SEBI prohibition of insider trading regulations, what word or term is used to describe an individual who voluntarily submits something called a VID, a voluntary information disclosure form, relating to an alleged violation of insider trading laws that he or she may have seen or thought to have occurred? Is it a witness? Is it a vigilante like Batman? Is it collaborator or is it informant? Team E. E for 5th team, yeah.
D, informant.
D, informant, plus 10. Very, very nice. Informant it is. The regulations as specified by SEBI, they define an informant as somebody who voluntarily submits a voluntary information disclosure form to SEBI, disclosing alleged violations that he or she may have seen regarding insider trading. So SEBI can then act on it, investigate, and if necessary, penalize and then take further action. 10 points to Team E. Team F, question number 6. What is the maximum permissible expense ratio for equity mutual funds with net assets for the first 500 crore rupees? And these are your 4 options. Is it 1.05%? Is it 1.5%? Is it 2.25%? Or is it 2.5%? Team F. Maximum permissible expense ratio for equity mutual funds. And we are just talking about the first 500 crore of net assets.
It's B, 1.50% ratio.
1.5%, it's actually 0.75% more than that. 2.25% is what is the maximum expense ratio allowed, and it gradually reduces, doesn't increase, it reduces as the asset size increases, and for the largest funds in the country, it is as low as 1.05%, that is the maximum permissible limit. No points, but you will get another question at the end of this round. Team A, question number 7. Here it comes. Which of these is a principle that determines the liability for losses from a chain of events? We are of course talking about insurance here. These are your options. Is it insurable interest? Is it loss minimization? Is it subrogation? Or is it proximate cause? Team A. If there is a chain of events, what is it that will determine who or what was liable for the loss that occurred? Because it is very difficult if there are 5 or 6 events in that chain. How do you determine? This is the principle that helps you determine. Which principle? Team A.
C, subrogation.
C, subrogation. What do you call it when something is near a quantity? If you don't have an exact guess, what kind of a guess do you take? you take an approximate guess. So proximate cause is what I was looking for. Proxy or proximate is what is closest to. So whatever is closest to the loss that has occurred, the event that has occurred, is what helps you determine who is liable. No points, but good answering or good guessing. Team B, your question. Which of the following, and there will be 4 options, is a designated clearing corporation for Indian equity derivatives? Is it the Clearing Corporation of India Limited, CCIL? Is it the NSCCL, which is the NSE Clearing Limited? Is it RBI, the Reserve Bank of India? Or is it the NSDL, Team B? This is question number 8.
We'll go with the first option, Clearing Corporation of India Limited.
It is actually the second one, the NSE Clearing Corporation Limited, NSCCL. They settle cash, FNO and currency derivatives which are traded on the NSE. No points for 2 teams in succession. Ladies at Banastali Vidyapeeth, let's see if you can buck that trend. Let's give you your question. Question number 9. What is the contribution limit allowed under the NPS Tier 1 account for tax deduction under section 80CCD subclause 1B? Team C. And these are your options. I'm so sorry. Is it 50,000 rupees? Is it 75,000 rupees? Is it 1,50,000 rupees? Or is it around 2 lakh rupees? Team C. And by limit, of course, it's the upwards limit, right? Maximum permissible. Team C.
We'll go with the option C, INR 1,50,000.
1,50,000. It's 1 lakh rupees less than that. 50,000 is the max that you can get an additional tax deduction for per every financial year. 3, a hat trick, not so nice hat trick, but let's see if Team D can change that and break the jinx. Here's your question. Which entity acts as the central counterparty for settlement of government securities trades in India? Is it the RBI? Is it the CCIL? Is it the NSDL? Or is it the stock exchange itself? Team D. The central counterparty for settlement of government GSEC trades. Team D.
We'll go with A, RBI.
A, RBI. RBI typically doesn't enter into settlement of trades. Audience, shout out. CCIL is what I was looking for. They reduce the settlement risk by acting as the counterparty. CCIL, which means that there are 4 teams which haven't scored in the second cycle. Team E, let's see if you will be the difference. Which Indian regulator oversees money market mutual funds? Is it RBI? Is it the IFSCA? Is it SEBI? Or is it the FMC? Team E. Money market mutual funds.
C, SEBI.
Is it because that's the one thing that is for sure in this quiz, but because you know it? 10 points to you. SEBI it is. They govern all mutual funds, not just these, including those investing in money market instruments. 10 points to Team E for Echo. And the last question of the MCQs to Team F. Which financial instrument cannot be invested in by liquid funds as per extant SEBI rules? And these are your options. Is it commercial papers? Is it T-bills or treasury bills? Is it equity shares or is it repo? Team F. SEBI says that liquid funds cannot invest in this financial instrument. Team F.
It's C, equity shares.
Beautiful answering. Very, very nice. Because overnight funds and other liquid funds allow for very quick redemptions. You don't have to stay invested. That is why it is banned to invest in equity shares for liquid funds. 10 points to Team F. Let's show you the scores. A little bit of an up and down. The one team is yet to open its account, which is Lok Jagruti Kendra University Ahmedabad. 10 points apiece to A, C, D and F. Early leaders SVGU Ahmedabad with 20. Let's give all 6 teams a round of applause and we will go quickly into round number 2. Round 2 is of course all about images. The last 6 images that you will see in a competitive scenario here on stage today. We will start with A and go clockwise. We are following the principles of infinite bounds. You've seen it play out in the first 3 semi-finals. However, at any point if you feel there is any doubt, or a couple of times it has occurred, if you feel that I have gone wrong somewhere, please stop me and make me course correct, right? Team A, you will get 30 seconds. The other teams, no time to think if it passes. 15 points if you get this right. No negatives if you get this wrong. Team A, your question. This £10 banknote features a portrait of a celebrated early 19th century English novelist whose nephew commissioned the image based on a sketch by her sister. Who is this very famous author, English author, who for very significantly for her time, she was a lady who was an author, and it was frowned upon because it was considered to be something that they should not do. Who is this? One of the greatest names in English literature, and she was a lady. Team A. If all the teams agree, I'll give you a clue. So 2 of her most famous book, no clue. All right, the lady refuses a clue, which is really good. I admire that. Sorry guys, on your own, last 5 seconds. Which English author, novelist? Passing to Lok Jagrati Kendra University.
Annie Frank?
Not Annie Frank. Annie Frank was in the 1940s when the Holocaust happened. Passes to C. Take a guess. Passing to D.
Pass.
Passing to E.
Pass.
Going across to F. Atlas Skill Tech. Take a guess.
Pass.
Going across to the audience. Let's see somebody who doesn't have a prize yet. Let's go to the gentleman in the orange shirt. Jane Austen it is. Please give him a chocolate. This is Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, etc., 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 being made into movies even today. Nobody gets points. The good part for you, Team A, it means that the question comes back to you. Question number 2. This iconic revolutionary figure, whose famous photo, Guerrillero Heroico, was taken in Havana, Cuba in 1960, appears on Cuban currency. Known for his role in the Cuban Revolution alongside Fidel Castro, he is a universal symbol of rebellion worldwide. Who is this figure? And his first name is coincidentally something that is very prevalently uttered as a word here in Gujarat. Team A. No more hint, no? While they are thinking, it is ironic that for somebody who was such a staunch communist and anti-capitalist, his image is the highest selling image on t-shirts and other clothing worldwide. So even he has been co-opted into the capitalist system. Team A, who is this? And of course, I don't just need the first name, I need the full name. The first name, of course, is the Gujarat clue that I gave. Taking a guess? Passing to B. No? Going across to C. The lady is from Banastali Vidyapit. Passing to D. Going across to E and F. Taking a guess?
E.D. Hardy.
No. Going across to somebody, yes. The boy in the blue and white checks. Yes, blue and black, whatever the color is.
It is Che Guevara.
Che Guevara is correct. Very, very nice. Che Guevara, please give him a mug from NISM. This is what he's getting. So audience, how many prizes do we have left, by the way? How many prizes do we have? A lot. We have a lot. Okay, great. So that means that I can quietly slip this into my bag when I go, right? Okay. Not really. Che Guevara will get you a mug. 2 questions in succession. So we will move to B. Team B, you're direct. The 723 Umayyad gold blank, that blank is the name I want, is one of the most prized Islamic coins because it was struck from gold mined at a location owned by the Caliph himself. The coin bears the marking "Mine of the Commander of the Faithful," and it is the first Islamic coin to mention a location in Saudi Arabia. Only about a dozen examples of this coin are in existence, according to coin experts, numismatists. What currency name fills the blank? Team B. Because this coin was called something, there is a currency. In fact, there are multiple countries which use a currency with that name. What name? Team B. Shh. Are you sure you're passing? Going across to C. And you know the region now, so it should help you zero it down. Team C.
Real.
Nice guess, but no. Going to D. They had the same guess. Going across to E. All right. Very real guesses. Team F.
Mecca.
Not Mecca. Nice guess, but Mecca is not a currency according to any country. Team A. Dinar will get them 15. And they open their account in this round. Dinar it is. These are dinars. The first ever dinar that was minted from using gold mined from a mine by the Caliph, owned by the Caliph himself. 15 points to Team A. Coming back to something more local. In the current series of Gandhi rupee notes, the color shift windowed security thread, which I have circled, has 3 words printed on it. One is RBI, the Reserve Bank of India. The second is the currency denomination. So a 2000 rupee note, a 500 rupee note will have 2000 or 500 printed on it. What is the third word? And there's a clue, which proudly Indian word is printed on it in Hindi. Don't peer at it, it's not there, I have made sure of that. So according to the angle at which you look at it, you will either see RBI, you will see the denomination of whatever note, in this case it would be 2000, and you will see another word, proudly Indian word printed in Hindi. Which word? Team B. Ten seconds more. Think of the most logical things that can be used.
Satyameva Jayate.
Not really. Satyameva Jayate you will find under those 3 lions at the right. Team C. And in any case, there are 2 words, right? Satyameva and Jayate. Just one word. Team C. Take a guess. Indian. Go for it. Go for that guess.
Bharat.
Will fetch you 15. Very, very nice. This is Bharat. RBI, the denomination, and Bharat. I saw her saying Bharat to her partners. I was like, say it on the mic, for God's sake. 15 points to Team C. For Charlie, Team D gets the next. As per the title of this book, co-authored by Raghuram Rajan and Luigi Zingales, what are they attempting to save and from whom? They advocate healthy financial markets and identify issues with executives in relation to competitive markets. The book is called Saving Blank from the Blank. And I'll give you a clue. The 2 words. So the first 7 letters of both the words are the same 7 letters. The last 2 bits differ. What 2 words fill the blanks? Saving blank from the blanks. Team D. The first blank is a type of economy, or thinking or market. The second blank is the kind of people who take advantage of that kind of economy or market. Team D. Saving blank from the blanks. No, the first 7 letters of both are the same. I will in fact give you, the first word is 7 plus 3, 10 letters long. The second word is 8 letters long. The first 7 letters of both words are the same. And remember, the first word is a type of thought or economy or market. The second word are the type of people who are the players or who take advantage of such economies or markets.
Saving the emerging from the emergence.
Saving emerging from the emergents. No. Team E passes to F. Past question, can't give you so much time.
Economies from economists.
Economies from economists. It would be brave of Raghuram Rajan, who's an economist himself, to save that. But good guess, A. This would be like Sachin Tendulkar saying why cricketers are bad, right? Team A. Past question, can't give you time. Passing to B.
Saving investment from the invest.
Nice guess, but no. Team C. It was a direct for whom? For you, right? So the last team to get it is C. Saving what from who? Past question, I have to rush you. Passing to, let's see. Let's go right to the left. Yes, green shirt. Let's get a mic to you. Your name, college name, and the answer.
My name is Vivek. I am from Mahila College, Verawal. Saving capitalism from the capitalist.
Will get you a beautiful mug from NISM. Very, very nice. Saving capitalism from the capitalists. And that is what I was looking for. Capitalism from the capitalists. Nobody gets points, which makes D the next team to get it because it was a question for you. This $20 note features Queen Elizabeth II, who is no longer with us, and the buildings known as the Beehive, Bowen House, and the Parliament Library, which is a part of that country's parliament. Which Commonwealth country's central bank issues this banknote? Team D. It says Te Putia Matua, which is also a clue if you know some of the things about this country. And another very, very, very big clue on that note. I was hoping that I hadn't blanked it. There's a huge clue on that note. If you know your geography, there is no way you should miss that clue. Team D, last 5 seconds. Geography. Take a guess. Which country?
Croatia.
Not Croatia, not a part of the Commonwealth. Team E. Into the mic, quickly please.
Spain.
Not Spain, again not a part of the Commonwealth. Team F.
England.
Not England, nice guess. England would typically have, they wouldn't have a dollar, they would have a pound, right? Team A.
Scotland.
Not Scotland either, they would again have a pound. Team B.
Romania.
Not Romania, not a Commonwealth country. Team C. Take a guess.
Portugal.
Not Portugal, again not a Commonwealth country. Did none of you look at the part above the 20? There is a map. It is the map of a country which is so disregarded that it gets left out of many world maps, and they've made it a joke. Let's go to the boy in the white shirt. You can tell me your name, I can hear you. Name, college name, and answer. I was trying to save him the walk, but okay.
Myself Ajay Gohil. My school name. Answer दे देता हूँ.
Please tell me you haven't forgotten your school name or college name. Huh?
Sri Arjun College, Verawal.
Okay.
Answer New Zealand.
New Zealand is correct. Give a round of applause. Give him a mug, please. On the right is the map of New Zealand. That's North Island and South Island, the two biggest islands above the 20, right? I thought that was a dead giveaway, along with the fact that, of course, the Queen is the head of state or head of state. This was a question for D, who got 2 questions in succession. But the good part is this was the 6th question. So we will move quickly into the scores. Yes. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. The fern, right? Very, very nice, which is why sometimes the scorer. This, by the way, is Bhushan Patel, who is also my replacement quiz master if I happen to fall down dead one day conducting. So round of applause for him. And Bhushan is Gujarat born and bred. So an additional, nice gesture for him to come through today. These are your scores. Team B is yet to open their account, but that should change very soon. 10 points apiece to D and F, 20 to Team E. Two leaders locked in place at position 1, 25 to Team A and Team C. Ahmedabad and Banastali Vidyapith locked in first position at the moment. Let's show you the rules for round 3. And before we go ahead, what Bhushan was pointing out was the brooch that she is wearing on her right shoulder is the fern, which you will find as a symbol of New Zealand. In fact, their national teams are sometimes called the white fern and so on and so forth. Their national carrier will also have a fern printed on the side sometimes. Very nice. Thank you. I had missed that as a clue. Next time. But for now, we will go into one of the fun rounds, which is completely to do with buzzers. Jumbled words is what it is. 6 questions or words, sometimes one word, sometimes two. Most of the words will be one word. They will be jumbled up and there's a clue at the top. It will be completely on the buzzer, plus 15, minus 15 for the first team, plus 10, minus 10 if we have to go to team number 2. We will test your buzzers as always, beginning with team 1. Team 2, team 3, D, E, and team F. Lovely. All the buzzers are working and we will quickly go into the safety slide. Fingers on your buzzers. Question coming up now. Failure to meet obligations makes you this, team D.
Defaulter.
Defaulter will get them 15. Very, very nice. Defaulter plus 15 to team D. For Delta, reset the buzzers. Fingers on your buzzers. Question number 2. Recipient of lent capital, team D.
Borrower.
Borrower will get you 15 again. They have got 2 15s in a row, 30. That makes it by my count. Borrower, audience, I can hear some correct answers, incorrect answers coming through. Please stay quiet. You've been so great through the day. Don't mess it up now for me or the teams. Team D, you got your 15. Buzzers have been reset. Question number 3 coming up now. Price reduction is called what? Team C, into the mic. C, into the mic.
Discount.
Plus 15. Discount will get you plus 15. That's a price reduction, one of the most common things you see in sales these days. Yes. Yes. And your number did come up, but they were faster. So it came after yours. Only the first team lights up. The others come on my screen after their number, right? But good, you got that doubt clarified. 3 questions gone. Yes. 3 questions to go. Question number 4 coming up now. Macro and micro, team E.
Economics.
Economic is correct. That is plus 15. Economic will get you plus 15. And that brings us to the next question. Let me reset the buzzers first. Question number 5. Revelation meant for investor protection, D.
Disclosures.
Plus 15. Disclosures is correct. Plus 15 disclosures, team D for Delta gets plus 15. Do you have the ones before as well? You do. D gets plus 15, which brings us to the last question on jumbled words. Coming up now. Fee paid for services, F, into the mic.
Commission.
Commission will get you 15 and they finally get a move on the scoreboard. That's commission. Let's take a look at the scores whenever they are ready. Before that, we will ask you an audience question. Let's ask it. You are ready? Okay. Show it. My scorer doesn't like you, so he says we are ready with the scores. I'm sorry. Shanti, no worries. What he doesn't realize is that there's such a big auditorium. All of you can do the Ahmedabad version of Tu Bahar Mil to him when the quiz ends, right? Because he's refusing audience questions. All right, these are the scores. Team B, because of that negative, they are on 0, but we have 2 teams which are on 20. We have 2 teams on 25. Then we have 1 team on 30. A and F on 25. E on 35. C on 40. Leading at this stage with 55 is VIT Pune at team number D. Give them a round of applause. Ladies at Banasthali not too far behind with 40. So it's an even battle as we go into round number 4. Round 4 is all about slogans, taglines and quotations. As always, I will give you some sort of a clue as long as nobody blocks it for me. We will begin now with team F and go anti-clockwise. No buzzers, plus 20 if you get it right, no negatives if you get it wrong, but only 30 seconds thinking time for the first team. On the pass, there is no thinking time. I need you to pick up the mic and answer immediately. Wish you all the very best. Last 2 rounds of the day. First question to team F is this. Nothing so weakens a government as persistent blank is a quote by the famous ambassador, economist, etc., called John Kenneth Galbraith. What word is this that, according to J.K. Galbraith, nothing so weakens a government as persistent blank? That blank is, anybody blocking a clue? That blank is filled by a word which is at the heart of many discussions that even we have as common citizens, and it forms an important issue when it comes to elections and votes as well. Blocking a clue? Cool. So I will stop speaking. Team F, what word fills the blank? If there is persistent something, a government is weakened.
Inflation.
Beautiful answer. Give her a round of applause. Nothing so weakens a government as persistent inflation. 20 points to team F. And lovely, well considered, thought out answer. 20 points to you. I think that will put you on 45 if I'm not mistaken. Team E, next question is for you. Free trade, one of the greatest blessings which a government can confer on a people, is in almost every country unpopular. This is a quotation by somebody who is English, but his influence has been huge in the entire Indian history. And most importantly, even today, his name is referenced when it comes to education in India and why it is bad. What British statesman or leader's name is this who said this? Free trade is unpopular in almost every country. In fact, in spite of the fact that it is one of the greatest blessings which a government can give a people. Team E. If you can give me the name, the last name or title, that should be enough. I don't need the full name. Somebody from the pages of Indian history, famous / infamous for their influence on education, amongst other things. Team E. Even today, you'll see WhatsApp forwards saying that he gave a speech in the British Parliament which showed how he planned to weaken the Indian traditional education system. Team E. Last 10 seconds. I see lots of hands up, so I will come to you if they don't answer. You can put your hand down, it will get tired. Yes, Team E.
Keynes.
Not Keynes. I know I love Keynes, but not so much to put him like 3-4 times in a quiz. Team D. Pass question. Passing to the ladies at Banasthali. Passing to B. Going across to A. Going across to F. Can you make it 2 20s in a row? No? Going across to the gentleman who put his hand up for the first time. Yes, in the light brown t-shirt.
My name is Priyanshu Jaswani. I am from Shri Balaji University, Pune. So the name was Thomas B. Macaulay.
Lord Macaulay will get you. Give him a mug from NISM, please. This is Lord Macaulay, Thomas B. Macaulay. And of course, it is said that because we started following that system of rote and everything, which is why our traditional education system got weakened, he was of course the Governor General of India for a long period of time as well. Nobody gets points, and this was the first question which passed all the way around. So we come back to Team E with the next. You don't run a business hoping that you don't have a blank. This is a quote by the famous Jamie Dimon, who is one of the great financial leaders of the modern world when it comes to investment banks. Jamie Dimon once said, you don't run a business hoping that you don't have a blank. This blank is something which countries all around the world try to avoid when it comes to their own economies. What word fills the blank? Team E. Basically, this fact that he was trying to convey was that you have to be optimistic when you are running a business. You cannot be pessimistic. Team E. Ten seconds more. Very common word. All of you have heard this word. Team E. Last 3 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Team D.
Conflict.
Not conflict. Team C.
Do we have a negative marking?
No negative marking. Go for it.
Profit?
Not profit. Nice guess. Slightly bigger word than profit. Team B.
Recession.
Lovely answering. 20 points to Team B. B for bravo. Recession is correct. That is what Jamie Dimon looks like. You don't run a business hoping that you don't have a recession. You have to be prepared. You have to be optimistic. 20 points to Team B. Next question to A. Question number 4. The United States, to be sure, has 13,000 banks. But the problem is that it does not have 13,000 blank. That blank is filled by a 7-letter word that is very closely linked to the word that is underlined. What is that word? Yes.
Bankers.
Beautiful answering. Lovely answering. This is 13. We have 13,000 banks, but we don't have 13,000 bankers. What he was trying to convey was not everybody who works in a bank has got what it takes to be a classical banker. Lovely answering by Team A. Give them a bigger round of applause, please. This is why I love coming to Gujarat and Maharashtra and Goa when it comes to quizzing, because at the fag end of the day, they must also be tired throughout, they're still coming up with such gems, either guesses or by knowing or by working out. Hats off to you guys. 20 points to Team A. We will go across with question number 5 to Team F. Every banker knows that if he has to prove he is worthy of blank, in fact, his blank is gone. Walter Bagehot, one of the classical thinkers in economics, both blanks are filled by the same word. It's a 6-letter word. What word? He's saying that if a banker has to prove that he is worthy of blank, then actually, reality, his blank is gone. It is not there any longer. What 6-letter word? Team F. Last 10 seconds. One of the most important words or principles in money and finance. No? Passing to E.
Wealth.
Not wealth, wealth. Passing to D.
Credit.
Sorry?
Credit.
Lovely answering. Credit it is. 20 points to Team D. Team D for Delta gets 20. He says that every banker knows that if he has to prove he is worthy of credit, in fact, his credit is gone. It's no longer there in the market. 20 points to Team D. And the last question of this round to Team C. Recession is when your neighbor loses his job. Depression is when you lose your job. And recovery is when President Jimmy Carter loses his. This is a quote by one of the most famous US presidents of the last 50 years or so. He was known for his wit and wisdom, as with quotes like this, and he was one of the primary figures during the years of the Cold War. Which ex-US president said this? And the biggest clue is that he's talking about recovery is when Jimmy Carter loses his. So he must have come to power after Jimmy Carter, right? Team C, which US president?
Barack Obama?
Not Barack Obama, a little before his time. Team B. Shh. Team B. Very, very famous US president. Team B. Past question, I have to rush you. Going across to A.
John F. Kennedy.
Not JFK. JFK was before Jimmy Carter. Team F.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin never became US president. That's a story for another day. Team E.
Was it Roswell?
Sorry? Roosevelt, like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. No, passing to D. Not taking a guess? Going to the audience, right at the back. Let's go to the lady at the last corner of the auditorium. We'll get a mic your way, ma'am. Your name, the institution which you represent, and the answer.
Dr. Sheena Kumari, Marwadi University, Rajkot. Ronald Reagan.
Lovely answering. Give ma'am a mug for her table and her morning tea. This is Ronald Reagan, very, very famous. He was in the Navy. He then became a very, very famous actor, and then he became US president. So Ronald Reagan, recovery is when Jimmy Carter loses his job because he came to power after that. Nobody gets points, and that brings us, I don't know, we can't plan this, but at the end of every round, we are going across to the audience, which means that now we can show them the scores. Everybody is still clustered together. 20 points to Lok Jagrati Kendra University, Ahmedabad. 35 to SVGU, also from Ahmedabad. 2 45s, A and F are not leaving each other. 45 to A, 45 to F. Then we have a 40 somewhere in between. Banasthali is at 40, but leading at this moment with a 30-point lead. And I know they will not care if they finish with that score as long as they are in the top 2. 75 to VIT Pune. Round of applause for these teams. And let us go into round number 5. Round number 5 is the last 12 questions of the day. And let me tell you, I don't say this in every location, but this is the fullest auditorium that we've had at the end of 3.5 rounds of semi-finals. So round of applause for all of you. From here on, what we will do is, I'll park the audience questions for the end of the semi-final, because typically at the end of the 4th semi-final, there is about a 10 to 12 minute break in which my colleagues at NISM will tally all the scores. They will come up with the list of the winners of 1, 2 and 3 in the region, and also the list of the top 10 teams who will go from here to the finals. In between that time, until I run out of questions or my colleagues run out of prizes, I will ask you audience questions. So we'll park the audience questions for now, and we will do 12 questions in quick succession for the teams. Teams, these are the rules. The first 6 questions are where you get into the no option mood. No buzzers. Begin with A, go clockwise. 30 seconds for the direct, no thinking time for the pass. Plus 25 if you get it right. No negatives if you get it wrong or say pass. So ideally just take a guess, right? We will begin with team A. I might give a clue provided nobody blocks it. Going across to team A, question number 1 is this. Which European country, known amongst other things for cheese and chocolates, was the first to introduce negative interest rates in the 1970s? So if you keep money in a bank, you do not get interest on it, you actually pay interest to the bank for keeping your money there. Starting around 1973, continuing well into the 1980s. And why did they do this? To counteract the excessive appreciation of its currency during economic uncertainty. Ye bhi hota hai kabhi kabhi. The currency was at such a high level that they had to introduce negative interest rates. Which country? Team A.
Italy.
Not Italy. Italy is famous for cheese. Yes, passing to B. Pass question, can't give you time.
Germany.
Sorry?
Germany.
Not Germany either. Passes to C.
Switzerland.
Plus 25, and they open their account for this round. This is Switzerland. Cheese and chocolates was a dead giveaway, I thought, but it still sent somebody down an Italy and a Germany road. 25 to C for Charlie. Team D gets the next. What economic concept describes the loss of economic efficiency that can occur when equilibrium is not Pareto optimal? And this is for team D. I'm looking for a 2-word answer. I'll give you the second word. This is a kind of a loss. So it's called a blank loss. What word fills the blank? Team D. It is a word. It's a 10-letter word. And it is a word that we use if for somebody who is, say, on a cricket team, and they are not really performing, so they're just like a passenger. So what do we call such a player on a team? What do we call a stock which is not really doing anything, which is just lying there in your portfolio, weighing heavily on it? Team D. 10-letter word, blank loss. क्या बात है? They would like to block this very politely. Sir, we would like to further block any guesses. At the end of so many questions, still very polite. Thank you. I'll not give any more clues. Team D.
Substitute loss.
Not substitute. Team E.
Capital loss.
Not capital. Capital is not 10 letters. No. Team F. Past question.
Efficiency loss.
Not efficiency. Team A.
Consolidating.
Not consolidating. Maybe you should have let me give a clue. Team B. Take a guess. No? Pass.
Equilibrium.
Not equilibrium. Passes to C. Equilibrium is there in the question. No? I wouldn't make such a big mistake. I make mistakes, but not so big. Team C.
Are we open to guesses?
Yes. No negatives. No, I can't give clues after 5 people have done it. No? Take a guess, please, quickly. Somebody who's just coming along, weighing down. No? 3.
Opportunity.
Not opportunity. Let's go to the black and green and white t-shirt. Yes.
So my name is Rahul Raut. I'm representing Sri Balaji University, Pune.
Okay.
And the answer is dead weight.
Dead weight loss is correct. If somebody is not performing and they're just coming along, they're a dead weight, right? Lovely answer. Give him a mug if you have one, or give him a chocolate if you don't have a mug. You have a mug, right? Great. We will move across back to team. Whose direct was it? It was a direct for D, right? D, your direct again. I'm looking for a one-word company name. Which Indian SaaS, software as a service company, became the first company from India to list on the NASDAQ in 2021? We've had companies listed on the NYSE earlier. This software as a service company became the first from India to list on the NASDAQ in 2021. Team D. They have blocked the clue, so I can't say anything.
Freshworks.
Beautiful answer. Freshworks it is. Welcome to the NASDAQ family, Freshworks. That was on the NASDAQ building. 25 to team D for Delta. And the next question to the ladies at Banasthali, question number 4. In the options market, what term is used to describe a trading strategy that involves simultaneously buying and selling put options or call options, as the case may be, with the same expiration date but different strike prices? Team C. It's a 2-word answer. Blocking a clue? It is going clockwise? Okay, then my bad. Thank you for pointing it out. Who got points just now? Freshworks, right? So E, my bad. Thanks for pointing it out. And thanks for pointing it out before I did the pass. It would have been extremely bad on my part. Yes, team E. Team E, it is your question. Five seconds more. It's a 2-word answer. Passing you, going across to F. Passing and going to A.
Hedging.
Not hedging, it's 1 word, right? I want a 2-word answer. Team A.
Bear cover.
Not bear cover, but good guess. Team B.
Covered call.
Not covered call either. Team C. Some very good guesses.
Spot.
Not spot. Spot is 1 word, no? Team D.
Butterfly spread.
Not a butterfly spread. You did get the 2nd word correct, but not a butterfly spread. Anybody? Yes, the gentleman in the green shirt with a jacket. There's a mic coming your way.
Amol Gaikwad from Indira College of Commerce and Science, Pune. Delta hedging?
Not delta hedging. It's some kind of a spread, right? Give the mic to the boy in the blazer in front of you.
So this is Danish Burrell from Indira College of Commerce and Science. It's credit spread.
Not a credit spread either. I'll give you the answer and move on. This is a vertical spread. Butterfly spread was a good guess. This is what we call a vertical spread. No points to anyone, which means that we go back to team E with the next question number 5. Brad Stone has written a book called The Upstarts. And if you remember, Brad Stone also wrote the book called Hatching Twitter, right? Which we saw earlier in one of the semifinals. So he's written a book called The Upstarts, which shows the rise of two San Francisco-based companies that disrupted two very traditional industries, two different traditional industries. You can tell me the name of either one of the two companies on which the book The Upstarts is based. Team E. If all the teams agree, I'll give a clue. The clue is that in some way or the other, both the companies, even though they work in very different fields, both the companies are related to travel. Team E. Even though they are in very different industries, they are not related to each other in any way, but both of them are in a very fundamental way related to travel. Team E. And you don't have to give me both. Just name one, that will give you points. No more clues. Right? Cool. That's the beauty of being a quizzer. You should always give clues until it strikes me. Then you don't give clues. That is the best kind of quiz mastering. Last 5 seconds. Team E.
Ixigo.
Ixigo. No F. Passing to A. And if you're taking two names, if the first name is incorrect, so if basically I need you to take your name. So if you're taking one name, take just one. If you want to take two, that's fine. But I need one of them correct, right? So take your names. Go ahead. Ford. Disrupting. Ford is a traditional industry. Team B. They said Ford. And they said Ixigo. Passing to C.
Trivago and Agora.
Trivago and Agoda. Nice guesses, but no. Team D.
Airbnb.
Beautiful answer. You will get points. Want to take a guess at the other one, which is also related to traveling in a certain way? Audience? Uber. Airbnb and Uber, but 25 points to Team D for Delta. Airbnb, and that's the cover of the book, The Upstarts, how Uber, Airbnb and other Silicon Valley companies, etc., etc. 25 points to them, and the last question will go back to Team E. Which Indian financial institution, established in 1964 as the apex development financial institution, primarily to provide long-term credit for industrial development and coordinate all the development finance activities on the country, was originally set up as a wholly owned subsidiary of the RBI? Team E. There are more than enough clues in the text of that question, so I'm not going to give any clues. Team E. And of course, this institution is in existence even today. Block the clue, yes. Let me remind the audience while they are thinking, last 6 questions after this are completely on the buzzer, shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Then we come to the audience questions, as long as I don't run out of questions or we don't run out of prizes. Yes, Team E, which financial institution in India? And lots of clues in that text, so I'm not giving any more clues. Giving me a guess? Going across to Team F. Quickly, please.
State Bank of India.
Not SBI. Team A.
SIDBI.
Not SIDBI, but I know why you said that. Team B.
IDBI.
You just removed one letter from their answer and guess, no? Tell the truth. I know, I'm just kidding. IDBI is correct. Not SIDBI, but IDBI. The development was the part, industrial development. 25 to Team B for Bravo. 25 to them. That brings us to the last 6 questions, completely on the buzzer. And as I've always promised, before the questions come up, I'm going to give you an indication of what is required. Then if you go wrong after buzzing, it's completely on your conscience. In my conscience, I'll tell you what is required and then you can buzz. All right? Fingers on your buzzers, all teams. Remember, the top 2 teams go through. We will give them a score update after 3 more questions. Thank you. Fingers on your buzzers, all teams. Plus 25, these are the rules, of course. Plus 25, minus 25, plus 15, minus 15. Only 2 strikes, but wait for me to identify which team is fastest. Safety slide on. I'm looking for the name of a country. So if any one of you says Mumbai or Chennai, no, you had it, okay? At the end of a very long day, if you take the name of a city, you had it from me then. All right, just kidding. Name of a country is what is required. Here it comes. The tonar is a daily reference rate. Please be careful. Based on unsecured overnight call rates in which country's interbank market. The reason why it's called the tonar is because the sum of the part of that acronym has to do with not with the country's name but with the name of its capital. An Asian country. And it is not the last few letters of the acronym. It is at the beginning of that acronym. I want the name of a country. An Asian country, and that the acronym has its capital's name in it. Closing it in 3, 2, and 1. Nobody buzzing? Buzz is closed. Shout it out, please. Japan is correct. This is the Tokyo. The T for Tokyo is what I was looking for. I think A had it as a guess, but they played safe. Nobody gets points. As promised, all audience prizes at the end. Let me reset the buzzer. Fingers on your buzzers. I'm looking for a number. Okay, I'm looking for a number. Fingers on your buzzers. Question coming up now. How many characters team B into the mic?
14.
14. That's a minus 25 to team B for Bravo. The next buzz was from E. Team E for Echo into the mic. Quickly, please.
11.
Minus 15. You know, this is one of those things where you ask people such involved questions and they answer. You ask how many characters does standard PAN have, and people give you 14 and 11 answers. Okay, wait. Minus 25 to team B and a minus 15 to team E for Echo. Okay, shout out. Of course, 10 is what it is. That's how many characters are there in a PAN. And in all 6 cities, in my wildest dreams, if you had asked me which is the one question in which somebody will go wrong, this would have been the last question I would have guessed. Anyways, happens, heat of the moment. Moving on. This is the question number 9, after which I'll give you a score update, right? Fingers on your buzzers. I'm going to show you an acronym. It's an acronym which has got some letters in it. It also has a single digit number in it. I want the full form of that acronym. All 3 parts, actually all 2 parts, because that number is self-explanatory. I need the 2 letters to be correct, right? Fingers on your buzzers. Question coming up now. In e-commerce, there are variations. Team B into the mic.
Business to business and business to consumer.
Business to business and business to consumer is B2B and B2C. The question is...
Business to government.
You already said B2B and B2C, which is what was your answer. The next guess is for team A. What's your answer? Into the mic.
Business to government.
Will fetch you 15. Minus 25 to team B. Plus 15 to team A. Which is why I want you to be very careful. The operative part is what is B to G is the question. It pains my heart, but I have to be fair to all the teams. Minus 25 plus 15, and that will show you the scores. The top 2 teams go through. There are 3 questions to go, and may I remind VIT. All right, fingers on your buzzers. From which country do the highest amounts of remittances come into India from, accounting for over 1/4 of the over $100 billion plus that flow into India annually? from which country do the maximum amount of remittances come into India? And remittances are basically people who are living there, earning there, sending back money, etc., etc. Which country? A country that is almost always in the news. Team A, into the mic. Into the mic.
USA.
Are you a Trump fan?
No, not really.
Become one. 25 points. Very, very nice. This is the USA. That is the list of countries who have the list of remittances inflow, and out of that $111.2 billion, more than 1/4 comes from the USA. Plus 25 to Team A, and we will go quickly into the second last question. I'm looking for one English word as your answer. Okay? The first word that comes out of your mouth is what I will accept. Even if subsequent words are correct, you will still get a minus if the first word is not correct. Please be very careful. Coming up on your screens now. Foreign investments in India. D, into the mic. Quickly, D, into the mic.
Foreign portfolio investments.
Foreign portfolio investment is correct. Portfolio is what it would be. 25 to D for Delta, and 2 and 5 had buzzed as well. Very, very nice. That brings us to the last question of this quiz, and after that it's open house on audience questions. But for now, fingers on your buzzers. I'm looking for a very, very nice last question, if I may call it that myself. A very good question to finish on, considering the hosts and wherever we are at the moment. Coming up on screen, fingers on your buzzers. Question coming up now. Which Indian public sector bank, founded in 1908 by Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad III in a princely state? D.
Bank of Baroda.
Because he was Baroda's princely ruler. Give them a round of applause. They finish on a high. This is Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad III of Baroda. He was one of the people about whose rule it was said that it was like Ram Rajya when it was, how Ram Rajya would have been if it was in modern times. Plus 25 to D for Delta. That brings us to the end of round 5, and what has been an intense, tiring but thrilling day of quizzing, thanks to you all. So round of applause for all of you. And these are your scores. Lokajagruti Kendra University Ahmedabad. Give them a round of applause. They finished with a negative, but they tried very, very hard. 20 points to SVGU, also from Ahmedabad. Ahead of them with 45 is Atlas University, Skill Tech University, Mumbai. Give the guests a round of applause, please. Finishing third with 65 are the ladies from Banastali Vidyapeeth, all the way from Rajasthan. Round of applause for them. They will remember that Bharat answer for a very long time. Finishing second, remember that story about the lion and the two friends? Finishing second and still qualifying with 85 points, Nirma University Ahmedabad at Team A. And finishing with a score which is worth at least the first 3 or 4 teams put together, 175 for VIT Pune. So VIT and Nirma will qualify directly into the finals. We'll have to wait and watch in the next 15 minutes or so as to who joins them as team 9 and 10. For now, you can carry on downstairs. Something tells me that I have a lot of questions to ask the audience. So please carry on downstairs, and we will wait for the results to be tallied. So question for you guys, this is completely for the audience. So please put up a hand. I'll get a mic to you and we will answer. Can you give me an approximate idea of how many prizes we have? Please don't say more than 5 or 6, okay? Because I don't have that many questions. I'm just kidding. How many prizes? 8. All right. You're in luck. 8 questions, 8 prizes. Let's, the first one. This famous Indian e-wallet, so you all heard of e-wallets, right? This famous Indian e-wallet is called iMudra. I for the letter I Mudra. It boasts of 25 million users and 8 lakh transactions every day, which is whopping. But if you think of the entity that owns this e-wallet, it would be very logical that this has so many transactions. Right at the back, let's get a mic. Which very famous Indian entity owns the e-wallet called iMudra? Your name, college name and the answer.
I am Kashif from Career Point University, Kota, and the organization is RBI.
Not RBI. Anybody else trying? Let's give the mic to the row back behind you. Yes.
Myself, Ronit Rathod from Sarkhej College of Engineering Technology, Surat.
Okay.
And iMudra is owned by IRCTC.
Very nice. Give him a round of applause. This is IRCTC. IRCTC will get you. Give him a mug, please. It was worth a mug at least. So there used to be a very famous Indian neobank which was aimed at empowering women. They were called Mahila Bank later, but before that they were called blank money, which was an English word. It was a portmanteau word. What is a portmanteau word? It is a word which is made up by putting two words together. It was called blank money, and that blank was filled by a word which signified heroic females. What word filled the blank, meaning heroic ladies or heroic females? It combined a common noun for a lady, which we address by, and the fact that they were heroic. It was called blank money. Anybody? All right, let's go to a lady there, fittingly enough.
Lakshmi Mahila Bank.
No English word, portmanteau word, putting together two English words, one which is usually used while referring to a lady and the other word referring to the fact that it is heroic. Anybody? All right. Yes, one last try, otherwise we'll move on to some more questions.
Is it Amika?
Not Amika. I was looking for something called Shiro's money, putting together she and heroes. So Shiro's money is what I was looking for, and nobody gets that. So back to more questions. Let's ask an easier one this time. Put up a hand, please don't shout out the answer. So the legal tender of India, the legal currency of India, in addition to all the Gandhi notes, the actual legal tender is the 1 rupee note, right? That's the legal currency of India. Because of that, this currency, this note has a different person's signature than the usual currency notes. Let's go to, yes, the gentleman in the yellow shirt. Into the mic, please.
Yes, I am Niranjan Ajit Dandekar from Kaveri College of
Okay.
Commerce. President of India has the
Not the
signature.
President of India. Let's go to the lady in the lavender top.
Finance Secretary.
The Finance Secretary of India is correct. Very, very nice. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Good answering. This is the Finance Secretary of India. So we had a question earlier in one of the semi-finals about the Confederation of Indian Industry, right? So when the Confederation of Indian Industry came into being, it was called something else. This was way back in the 1890s. And it was formed by 5 very famous English firms in India at that time who came together to promote a certain industrial sector. What were all these 5 firms in the business of? They all had one word in their company name. They were all famous English firms, but they were all into one sector, which is something which is aimed at, or something which goes into building infrastructure all around the world. So what sector, specific sector, which is also a field of study, by the way, were all these 5 firms engaged in, which together form the CII, the early part of the CII. Anybody? They were all into a certain field. That field is also the name of a stream of study in India and elsewhere. Let's go to the gentleman in the green shirt. What builds infrastructure and is also the name of a discipline of study? Take a guess.
Architecture.
Not architecture, but you have started people thinking now. Let's go to the boy in the white shirt behind you. Look behind you, there is a mic.
The answer is commerce.
Not commerce. Commerce builds infrastructure in a non-tangible way. We are looking for tangible building of infrastructure. The black shirt, yes.
Engineering.
Engineering will get you a mug. Very, very nice. This is engineering. And we will move across to something that was talked about as well. We heard a couple of questions about Singapore and the Singapore Index. Now, Singapore, when it came into being, it is perhaps the only country in the world which is said to have got independence unwillingly. Everywhere else, countries fight for independence, right? But Singapore became independent because Malaysia kicked them out of Malaysia. So that's how they became independent. So there's a joke that Singapore is the only country which got its independence unwillingly. They didn't want to be independent, but they were kicked out. Now, the founder, or who's called the founding father of Singapore, he was once interviewed and he was asked that what, according to you, is the greatest scientific invention in the history of mankind? So you would have expected him to say fire or wheel or computer or whatever, but he gave a very surprising answer. He said that according to me, the greatest single invention, scientific invention in the history of mankind has got to be this, because if it were not for this facility or this thing, Singapore, with the way where it is geographically and how its weather and climate is, Singapore would not have become a hub for global commerce without this invention. What, according to Singapore's founding father, was the greatest single invention responsible for Singapore becoming an economic superpower?
I am Shivan Shrestha from
Okay.
GSET College, Anand. So for this, my answer is ship or boats.
Sorry?
Ships or
Oh,
boats.
ships or boats. No, they are a port, yes, but that's not why they became a global superpower in economy. Let's go to the gentleman in the blue striped shirt.
Myself, Mrunal Joshi from BRCM College. It's money.
Not money. Money is not an scientific invention per se. Let's go to the lady in the green dress. Considering where we are and what the climate is like, yes.
I'm Professor Rutu Padia from Darshan University. My answer is electricity.
Not electricity, but something that is linked to it. Let's give a mic to somewhere close so my friends don't have to run around. Yes.
Internet.
Not the internet. Internet came much later. Let's get a mic to him. Air conditioning, which is here as well. Give him a mug, please. This is air conditioning. And yes, very, very nice. And while we are at it, one of my favorite quiz questions about Singapore, it also happens to be something that you will find on many of the souvenir t-shirts and magnets that you'll get out of Singapore. So Singapore, the way they came about and why they became so successful so soon is because they are a very strict society. Laws are extremely strict. There are heavy penalties which are accrued in case you don't throw your garbage on the correct day of the week, or you put even one wheel out of line on the lanes, and so on and so forth. Now, because of that, there is a very famous line about Singapore which says, Singapore is a blank city. And that blank is filled by an English word which, if you look at it in one way, says that Singapore is so great and fabulous and beautiful. But it also is sarcastically referring to the fact that if you go even a little wrong in Singapore, there are heavy penalties issued by the government. What four-letter word fills the blank? Singapore is a blank city. Right at the back, there is a hand going up. One word which means both great, beautiful, as well as penalties.
Posh.
Not posh. Singapore is a blank city. That posh wala is prevention of sexual harassment wala penalties we are not getting into right now. Let's go to the brown. Okay, no, not to you. You can give me all the answers later when we meet. Yes, the brown shirt. What four-letter word?
Maybe free.
Not free, but you have. Yes, give the mic to the gentleman sitting behind you. Great, beautiful, also
Smart
penalties.
cities, smart.
Not smart, that's a five-letter word, right? Yes, the gentleman in the green shirt. Yeah, you with the nice. Singapore is a fine city. Give him a round of applause, because obviously it's beautiful, but there are penalties. Lots of fines, right? Give him a mug from NISM. How are we placed on the results? We are done? Okay. So those were my 4 or 5 hours. You've been wonderful. And I will hopefully see some of you in the postgraduate section tomorrow, which is why I love this so much, because I get to do all this again tomorrow with a different set of people, a different set of questions. But you have been wonderful. Thank you so much for making this day so good. Good evening and God bless. Over to Rasmeet with the results. Thank you so much.
Okay, so for the prize distribution, I would please call upon our NISM director, Mr. Sashi Krishnan, and Dr. Uday Palewal from Director Institute of Commerce, Nirma University, to please come up on stage, sirs. So basically, the three winners are from the 3 states, so that's a good thing. To announce the second runner-up is the LNM Institute of Information Technology, Jaipur. Please can I call upon Ishan Mishra and Shubh Shresh, along with the faculty member if they are there, please come up on stage. So we win a cash prize of rupees 20,000 to be shared between both the candidates, 10,000 each. Please can we have a big round of applause. Congratulations to the LNM Institute of Information Technology, Jaipur. So now we come on to the first runner-up, which is BJ Medical College and Civil Hospital, Ahmedabad. Can we please have upon stage Tanish Sharma and Shivansh Bhavan? Please come up, and if your faculty members are there, we would request them also to please come up. Congratulations. They win a cash prize of rupees 30,000, 15,000 each to be shared by each of the students. Congratulations. And now the winner, of course. Can we please have up on stage 2 students from Vishkarma Institute of Technology, Pune, Krishna Kiran Heda and Varun Amol Sanghavi. Please come up on stage. We win a cash prize of 40,000 rupees to be shared between both the students. Congratulations. Thank you, sirs. In addition to the top 3 colleges, other 7 qualified colleges for the grand finale to be held at our NISM campus, Navi Mumbai. I'll just announce the names. They are not in any rank or anything, and maybe the first 3 winners all repeated. So it's going to be BJ Medical College and Civil Hospital, Ahmedabad, Indira College of Commerce and Science, Pune. You can clap for yourselves. The LNM Institute of Information Technology, Jaipur, BRCM College of Business Administration, Surat, Kishan Chand Chelaram College, Mumbai, Vidyalankar School of Information Technology, Mumbai, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune, Nirma University Institute of Commerce, Ahmedabad, Christ College, Pune, Banasthali Vidyapeeth, Pune, Rajasthan. Newai Tong is the exact location of Banasthali Vidyapeeth. So with this, thank you so much everybody. On behalf of NISM and SEBI, we would like to record our vote of thanks to the students and the faculty members who traveled long distances and making it here. Thanks very much. We would like to thank the Institute of Management of Nirma University, their senior management and faculty members, our quiz master Mr. Meghsham Shirodkar, our meticulous scorers Mr. Kushan Patel and Mr. Bhushan Patel, our market infrastructure institutions BSc, CDSL who had put up the student engagement stalls along with Amphi, and a special thanks to our young volunteers who've been very helpful for today's quiz. So to take the names, Bhav Khandelwal, Mohit Ginjalani, Virendra Rajput, Khush Paldu, Kalash Shah, Riya Singh, Sania Billani, Veena Gidwani, Dhruti Kasturia, Chitranshi Babal, Vishwa Soni, Diksha Jain, Meet Ondhia and Kavisha. Thank you students, you've been very helpful and you've been awesome. Thanks a lot. And last but not the least, our event management company, Recon Marketing Services and Support, and they extend everybody for making this event successful. So as the sun sets here in the land of innovation and enterprise, a new dawn also awaits us, the grand finale of NFLQ 2025, to be held at our beautiful campus at NISM Navi Mumbai. And with gratitude, we now sign up from the regional rounds of NFLQ 2025 for the undergraduate cohort. Thanks very much. Now let's just conclude this entire quiz session with our national anthem. Please can we stand up for the same.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे